not guilty. Welcome to the weekly rundown. I'm glad you're joining me today. We got a lot to talk about. Kyle Rittenhouse, not guilty on all counts. Amazing victory. Judicial system worked out in the way that it should have. And we knew it since August 26th, after he turned himself in, and there was video evidence of what happened that night, and where he was running away from these people, where they were throwing things at him, there were gunshots, people were attacking him. Huber and Grosskreutz straight up attacked him, and with deadly weapons, both deadly weapons, and I'm going to get to that later, because the skateboard is now a deadly weapon as well. So, Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself against Rosenbaum, who attempted to steal his gun, Grosskreutz, who again attempted to steal his gun, and Huber, who attempted to steal his gun. Notice any similarities? They all were in the act of trying to steal his weapon, and Kyle Rittenhouse, seeing news from many other riots across the nation, saw many people were stealing guns from other people and shooting them. So what does that say? Are you going to let this person have your gun? There's a reason why he had the strap.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. By the way, Sarah's on this podcast as well.
Hi!
She didn't want to be on camera. She doesn't love you guys like I love you guys, but it happens. She might make a brief cameo, possibly. No?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. But, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. What are your original thoughts on it, Sarah? Like...
Well, I didn't really know much about it, so if I was going, based off of the media, then I would have thought, what are we even thinking about? I would have thought, hey, why don't we put him in jail?
Yeah. It was minimum life sentence.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Well, based on what, everyone was saying about it, I didn't actually watch the trial or anything.
Yeah. No, I got you. I was watching the trial, however.
So exactly. I can't really make a great opinion about it until I know every detail.
Yeah. And, we're going to get into a few details from the closing arguments and a few pieces of information that are pretty important. First, I want to highlight the fact that the people on the left are absolutely trying to make this about race, and just already calling this white supremacy and saying that Kyle Rittenhouse just only won because he's white. Many on the left claim that Kyle's win in court would not have worked for a black person. They want to make the claim that white supremacy is the cause of the trial ruling. Now, I'm going to point out somebody who's just very interesting. A guy named Timothy Simpkins.
Who's that?
Yeah. He had a fight with a student, he pulled out a gun, and he shot 4 people.
What?
In school.
And what happened?
He got aggregated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay.
And his bail set at $75,000.
Yeah, isn't that low?
You know what Rittenhouse's bail was set at?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that low?
Yeah. Compared to Rittenhouse, who was at $2 million for bail. $2 million. For a family from Kenosha. Kenosha is known for being very poor.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. He made it. I guess he got a bond or something, or somebody donated money to him so that way he could, I don't know, or maybe, loaned it back to him so that way, because you get that money back.
Yeah, that does, yeah, I don't know.
So maybe there was somebody famous who was maybe Tucker Carlson, because he did an interview with him did a whole documentary with Kyle Rittenhouse throughout the entire, before the trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, throughout his time then. So maybe they scratched each other's back, said, "Hey, I'll pay your bail right now. You do this interview with me."
Oh, I mean that's an idea.
Maybe. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here, but it's a possibility. It's definitely something that could have happened, I believe.
You don't know.
We don't. So the sheriff of the town said that Simpkins was performing very high risk activity. That he was definitely, you know, he was not the greatest guy. And then he was let out. He was let out on 75K bail. What the hell? How is that fair at all?
Yeah.
$2 million. This kid, he got the money apparently, but like,
Did he get the 75K?
oh yeah, absolutely. He was gone that afternoon.
You think so?
I know so. That's the fact of the case.
Oh, he knows.
Like, he was released that day, which is the biggest issue of it. Where it's like, oh, this kid can just shoot up a school with 4 people and like, oh yeah, go ahead, walk out.
Interesting.
So, I mentioned before that a skateboard is now a deadly weapon. And I would like to point out a case in 2015 where a man in California was killed after he was hit in the head with a skateboard during a fight at a Santa Barbara Starbucks.
A Santa Barbara Starbucks?
Yeah. So, I'll see if I can find any pictures or video of that, and I'll put that up here. But, this is just pointing out that no matter what, Kyle Rittenhouse still had a defense against Huber, who came at him with the skateboard and then stomped on his head.
Yeah.
He did.
So, yeah.
We'll put those pictures in here. But I don't know if I can find the one at the Santa Ana, because that's death. Like, he got killed.
Yeah, that could be counted as
That
both. Like,
yeah.
you gotta apply the same thing to 2 cases.
That could be Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse could have died in that situation.
Yeah, and then
Could have died right there, and then what happens? I guess it's Huber now on trial.
exactly.
I guess.
What would happen with that?
I wonder if Grosskreutz would get on trial too, because he was there. I don't know, but like, attempted homicide maybe? Even though, like, he wasn't the one that killed him, but like somebody else did.
Yeah.
Because he was in the vicinity and he wanted to kill Kyle Rittenhouse. He had the pistol.
And then you say he threatened him too?
Yeah. And everybody on the left was like, oh, he's a medic. He was a medic there.
A medic? I've never heard that one.
I'm just saying. I guess they were both kind of in the same situation then. Because Kyle was actually there to do CPR. Grosskreutz, there was no note of him helping anybody. Kyle Rittenhouse, there were many people who testified that they were helped by him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Many of the people in court were saying, yeah, I saw Kyle give CPR. He had his med kit wherever he was. He was actually using it. He was helping individuals. He taped up this lady's ankle. That was one of the noted things in the trial.
Huh.
But
it's
yeah.
interesting to think that, like, he would hurt people then, you know?
Exactly. He was defending his life. No, exactly. Like, people attacked him. He was there to protect himself, protect the people that he was working with, protect the car lot that he was protecting, as well as help individuals who were hurt because of the riots.
Yeah, I agree.
He had every right to defend himself against Huber. Look at Officer Lee, the 50-year-old who he had been acting strangely and then got into a fight with a younger guy who quickly stood up and struck Lee in the head with his skateboard in what witnesses described as an act of self-defense.
Huh.
So I guess it's possible that Huber would have been in the same thing.
Yeah,
or have been self-defense.
Yeah, with the skateboard, like, self-defense.
But then again, no. They saw that the intent was that Huber attacked Rittenhouse.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because he hit him. Oh, yeah, he hit him with the skateboard.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know. I yeah, I don't think Rittenhouse actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, Rittenhouse would have been nowhere close to Huber if because Huber was the one that ran after Rittenhouse.
Oh.
Huber, well, after hearing the first gunshots, Huber started running towards the crowd because the crowd started running towards Rittenhouse. Because you could see it in the film, and then you could see Huber coming up, and he's running with the crowd.
Yeah. So I guess. Yeah.
You know, they were just crowd chasers. He was. And I'll put it up here. I don't remember the exact quote, but his wife put out a very meaningful tweet. As meaningful as a tweet could be. But
Ooh.
it was very much along the lines of, I understand the court's decision. And
Oh.
he said, I don't want him to suffer, but I hope he grows up one day, has a wife, and understands how much this love is.
Oh.
Which I think is a heartfelt message.
No, it is. I'm just surprised that she put it out there.
Well, I mean, it was proven in court that her husband was very much in the wrong. As we just pointed out, he could have killed him.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Because, like, I feel like in that situation, some people would just be, like, going along with the media and being like, oh, screw him, he should be in jail.
Huber?
Yeah.
Or Rittenhouse?
No, like, the lady could have said that about Rittenhouse.
Oh, yeah. No, she could have. And that's why I decided to mention it, just because that was definitely a much more mature approach than going out and saying, he should be in prison. Well, no. The justice system saw a trial, saw it presented in front of 12 jurors, 20 in fact, actually. Well, 18 at the end because 2 people got let go.
Oh.
But, yeah. Many people watched it online, watched it on TV. It was available everywhere. So, I guarantee you many people agreed with Kyle Rittenhouse that he acted in self-defense, that he did not cause them to lose their lives, that they themselves caused themselves to lose their lives.
How many people do you think this has affected?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know how to get into the specifics of my question. You're just like,
Well, I'm just like, what do you mean by your question?
I don't know, just like what you're going on about. Like, do you think it just affects him or everybody around him?
Are you saying on a physical level? Are you saying on a emotional level? Are you saying like how many people worldwide are paying attention to this? Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
context are you asking?
Yeah, like worldwide.
Okay. I think Canada's probably partially watching it to make fun of us. So they're gonna be like, oh, they have guns, dummy. And it's just like, okay. Shut up, Canada.
Just Canada?
Well, I think, again, small parts. I don't think it's gonna be big parts of, I could be wrong. I think it could be big parts of Canada as well. But I think, obviously, the United States is gonna have a ton of people. I think, I'm trying to pick out points where I think it would be lower. Where do you think like less people would be watching? Like what demographic do you think? Because I feel like everywhere would be watching. Cause like
You're asking what place wouldn't be watching?
yeah, like what like
I don't know.
because I'm just trying to
Would
give
Switzerland be watching?
Oh no, I'm talking about like statewide in the United States.
Oh?
Yeah,
Maybe a very more, like, secluded state?
yeah. Okay, but like what percentage of like states do you think in the United States would be like a strong following towards watching it?
Towards watching it?
Like watching it. Like a strong percentage of like a majority of people are watching it. Or
Like New York?
close. I'm saying like what percentage of states?
Oh, out of the 50?
Yeah.
I thought you were just asking, like, what's precise state? Like,
No.
okay.
No, I don't know.
Maybe like 75? 80?
Okay. You believe it's that low?
You think it's higher than it? I feel like there's a lot of people that it's like I'll ask them about it and they'll be like, I have no idea.
I'm not saying viewership numbers in total. I'm saying like what percentage of states, like how many of the states have like at least a majority of people trying to tune in. Do you get what I'm saying?
I honestly, I can't give you a number.
Okay, let's move on. Kyle Rittenhouse protected himself, protected his firearm so it couldn't be taken and used against him or other people from Rosenbaum, who made threats to kill him and other individuals who didn't see that shooting. Attacked him in the street like an animal. That was apparently a quote.
Oh.
The info speaks volumes, but
So like
clean it up, my guy.
the grammar.
Yes. I also want to point out another situation where Kyle Rittenhouse could have been on high alert that somebody was going to attack him and kill him. A machete-wielding man in Dallas was brutally beaten by rioters on Saturday night after police said he was allegedly trying to protect his neighborhood from protesters. I don't know when this Saturday was.
Yeah, when, yeah.
But a machete-wielding man in Dallas being brutally beaten.
A machete's kind of like a dangerous weapon.
He had been rushing towards a few rioters with a machete, and within seconds, protesters all ran up on him. They threw rocks at him. Oh, that sounds interesting. When did that happen before?
Rocks?
They kicked him in the head and beat his face with skateboards and fists.
Skateboards. Skateboards again?
This happened during the riots. Schaefer said he saw him appearing to defend a store, but could not confirm he was the owner of the store. The mob stomped him to death. How is that justice? How is that something that you want in this country?
No, really. That's crazy.
Yeah, how would anybody be comfortable with that? Thank you for watching this clip. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below if you think I should have mentioned something or a suggestion for a future topic. Subscribe and click the bell button if you would like to be notified when we post. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your week.